And we're live. So, let's see. Oh, I'm not even sharing my screen yet. So I was going to start pointing to things, but it wouldn't make too much sense. Let me know you can hear me and everything else. And we will start jumping into stuff. The music might be too loud, I'm not too sure. I've been playing around with stuff, so it's hard to know. Sorry, just... Ooh, okay. So, does everyone have some fun plans? Is everyone on holidays now? Or is anyone still working for a while? I think a lot of people are just finishing up now for the holidays. I still have a few more days left of work, but we'll get there. It's not too bad. It's not like a real job, I always tell people. So let me share my screen. Sweet. Is it running? Let's find out. All right, I'm going to share the link to this stream as well before we kick right into it, because this is earlier than normal. So I am a little bit behind on usual setting up streams and everything else. I bit the bullet and already edited the stream, because I'm sure Jay will pop along as well at some point and come in and start helping me with stuff. But this is starting to really look good. I've got some icons downloaded to change this up, some different icons for each of these as well. I'm really liking the life starting to come to this. Oh yeah, a lot of people. I think I'm going to end up doing the same, Paul, to be honest. There's a lot to catch up on. I don't know if it'll show in chat history, so I'll just say, of course, I'd never say something like that. And it's not like Paul would ever abuse me on the stream either, would he? So, yeah, well, let's get this on. We've got one more event next week as well, which is, I got a late one in. So on the 22nd, we have an intro to DevOps as well. So if you haven't checked that or added the remind button for that one, that's really good. I have Sid from DevOps Directive coming in, so all the way from the States, and a redheaded fella from the States as well. I think he's half Irish, definitely is by hair color anyway. So what are we going to work on today? I think I'm going to go for low-hanging fruit to start and get these icons updated. I might try and find in my drive here somewhere what was the content I have for this page and start filling in some of that. And I hope, as always, that everyone argues in the chat and has a bit of fun. And happy Friday. So let's see. Share this. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm just going to share this onto the old Twitter machine. And into the Discord in case anyone missed it, but I'm sure it's probably already sorted anyway. Oh, why would you do that to me, Discord? Why would you do that? It's asking me to log in. Discord. Boom. Okay, that's shared. We can stop worrying about everything then. And the live streams. Nice. Okay, now I'm super focused, I guess. You know, I always meant to read up in the science of that. I see that with lots of people. Let's jump into this. I'm really starting to like this. This has gone a little bit off what I was expecting when I was doing this, but oh, Mr. Jesse is in the house. Royalty, YouTube royalty, Mr. Code Stacker, Jesse himself. Jesse, you can jump in as well if you want. If you've just got a new camera, if you need to see if it's looking good, you can always jump in. So let's start trying to find. I have a folder of stuff here, so I'm going to start trying to get some of these icons and things in. Where is... Okay, I have on a separate desktop, I have one window which looks completely neat and professional. Like, hold on, let me expand this. So this one looks professional, so it looks like I have my crap together. But in reality, on the other screen, I have just a nightmare of folders and everything else. And I am going to just look at that for a second to try and find the images. Okay, let me pull this off. To drag this and drop in. What do I use? This is actually a good question. I use StreamYard. So if you'd ever watch any of my earlier streams, you'll see I often had like my streams crash and everything on me when I was using OBS and things. So I obviously haven't figured it out. This just makes it really easy for me to invite guests and just send links to people so that like just I can get random people to jump in as well. So that tends to happen a lot. I like doing streams like that, so that's why I use this for streaming. But it is pretty good, and I like being able to pin comments like this to the screen. And I'm happy you said hi, Jesse. Makes me feel loved. That's the main thing. And right, let's see. We have icons, so I might even just make a, just so it doesn't get too out of whack, an icons folder. And in here, what do we have? We have 3 icons I'm going to drop into here. So this is the icons. This is the icons for this. Why is this last one is super high fidelity? Do you know what? I'm probably going to put these on Cloudinary by the end of this. I think that's going to be the last thing. I'm going to have to upload all these Cloudinary because that is way too big of an image. I'm just going to have one super high res image and then low res ones, I guess. They're terrible resolution. Well, I should have checked this beforehand. Oh well. And then for the services, I'm going to create a services folder and put the services images in there. I think they're a bit better. So I have product development, product launch, product planning, and scaling, of course. Nice. But they have the nice. That happened to Jhey as well. Jhey, I think, it crashed like 3 times. We had to start new videos. So by having a cloud-based thing, and I love this, assumed it was just when I spilt my beer. No, it was usually like my Wi-Fi would cut out for like a split second, and during that it would just disconnect completely because the host is gone. What are we drinking? I'll get into that in a second. So what was I saying? Yeah, the stream's crashing. So when it goes away, and then with YouTube, you can't restart a stream. You have to start a new video. So then I had 3 videos. And then like in some of those earlier streams, I had 30 people. And every time you start a new video, you'd lose like a quarter of them. So it was really frustrating. So it's nice. Jhey, I think Jhey was one of my first people on, and then Chris. And it was just great fun to have them on, but it's so painful when you lose people for them as well, because you want to be a good host as well and get some eyeballs on them. What are we drinking on this fine Friday? So I only heard of this fruit, lychee. I'm definitely going to say it wrong. So I'm drinking Some 8 degrees. Nice Irish as always. And that's this funky can. Let me, hold on. Let me do this better. Let's make this smaller, because that's less important for the moment. And show off the Citra. Single hop. And I only discovered this. Is it going to get into focus? Yeah, fruit and lychee. I'm probably butchering the name of that. But basically, some Asian fruit I'd never come across until I had a dessert recently, and I love it. It's awesome. Excellent. Right, so let's jump back into this. Is this up and running first? Yeah, okay, we're running. So let's start getting the icons in here. So, do you think they you know, it's really funny, I'll talk about that in a second, but do you think anyone in the alcohol industry watches this? I doubt it, to be honest. And demonetized. Yeah, I think this is my 8th stream while building my website. 4 of them have been demonetized already. So that just shows you how professional I keep it. So yeah, I expect it at this stage. I don't do it for money, for sure. It's not worth it for that. I'd rather have the fun. So if we jump straight into what section are we going to? We're going straight to the how we work. So I should have these things nicely sectioned off. To how we work. Where the hell are we? Footer, layout, blah blah blah, waves. Oh yeah, I'm in components. Public sections. Okay, there we go. How we work. Images for card2.png. So let's rename some of these images so they're easier to find. And we'll run it from there. Better open this up. I think this is streaming to LinkedIn as well, so I'm definitely going to have to open that up in a second. Define. What are they? Plan. I don't know why I'm looking at this one. Plan. The old one is design. Build. And deliver. Interesting. Okay, so we have that set up. This is probably less exciting than a lot of it, but it has to be done. We have to get some nice icons in here. I think it'll make it look good. So yeah, let's see. Build, deliver, design, plan. I'm gonna be able to remember that now. Images / icons. How we work. What's this? Plan. Images / icons / plan. I don't like when autofill doesn't come in. So did that work? Wrong page. Okay, things are not broken. Things are not broken. For now. Plan. Let's copy this. Design. Build and oh, maybe it's broken. Hold on. Oh, it worked. Nice. just started messing around Figma this week while I piece together a bodge job of a portfolio. What do I use? So I started using Figma for pretty much everything because there's so much templates and Figma templates I can just jump on and steal and everything to get up and going fast, that I think it'd be silly if I didn't use it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Figma, to be fair. Maybe this one's a bit too blue. I might make this glass purple after, but it's fine for now. And then for the services, we want to put in the services. Let's have a look. Product planning, development, product launch. Okay, so we have to do that again. We have to just look through the icons and see what ones we are meant to have for what. So because I don't see any more than the other ones, I'm just gonna have to make this up as I kind of go along a little. So we can say services. Actually, what I'll do, because I will forget this. Delivery. What does it look like? Let's be I in magnifying glass for delivery. I should definitely, let me write this down because I'm gonna forget to do this, and I'm not just gonna do all that right now. So alt tags. Might do this afterwards because I just don't feel like watching you or making you force you all to watch me put in some content that I'm just gonna copy and paste for like 30 minutes. Maybe if Jay's on chatting as well and it's a little less boring, then it might be a good time to do that. But until then, I'm going to put that on the to-do pile. Ooh. Okay, so it still shows that. And we're going to the services, planning, development, launch, and scaling. Let's change this out. Development. Launch. Because these are pretty descriptive images, so I want to give them a good alt tags as well. Planning. Scaling. I put, no, it is scaling. Okay. Development, launch, planning, and scaling. This is super kind. This is why you have to love people in the community. Like, where else, what other industry could you have just people offer to help you just build random crap on the internet? You know? That's a nice offer. I might actually take you up on that, Praveen. That'd be really nice of you. Okay, so and to go back to this, if you don't mind me reviewing your code live on the next stream, because that'd be the only natural way to do that, is to see how you do. Hello, Maxwell. That's understandable. He didn't abuse you before the stream started, did he, Paul? Excellent. All right, let me get into this. This is going to go off the rails so fast. I'm glad I started early today, just so I'd have extra time for annoying people in the chat as well. Let's jump into services. Right, pp.png. That's okay. Where's all the panels? Panels. I didn't think this through at all, did I? So I just have the same image for everything. Oh, that's fantastic, Niall. You did a great job here. So what I didn't do is I have this lovely dynamic image generator that, you know, doesn't have the URLs right now. Ruben, my man, also loves abusing me earlier as well for stealing Jay's work. Well, I got caught, so it serves me right. Yeah, it can't be worse than this, can it? Nice. I hope so, Max. Start building. That's the only way to get good at these things. So, here's my issue now. Because these images aren't all the same size, so I think I might have to do a little bit of manipulation here to get them to all be the same. So let me have a look in the thing. Are they on a square background? Because if they're in a square, then I might be able to do stuff then. Hold on. I need more thinking juice, that's all. Okay, so how to source the data. I need to check if the images are square. Oh, maybe they are. I think we're okay. They're in a square. What scale are they? Let me check what scale these are, because I think we might be all right then. 216 by 216. They're square as well. Okay. All right, we're all right. We're okay. I think we have the images actually set up right. Just so you know, I did not draw these images. One of my designers designed these illustrations, and I have to say they're awesome for thinking about this ahead of time, about making it square and even for me. So that's really cool of them. And Alfian, cheers. I think it was Alfian that built this one. So then what do? We will say in here we're going to have to add a URL to this. So I think I'm just going to, I don't know if this is bad practice, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I guess these folders are linked in a way anyway. No, it's not how we work with services. So I'm going to add a URL or a source to the data. So we'll have title, and let's add an image. Oh my god, I'm so excited to watch The Mandalorian tonight. This is probably the main reason I stopped the stream at 8, because my ritual at the moment, I have set a challenge to lose weight in the new year, so I won't be able to do it all for much longer. I will be getting some chicken wings, some dressed fries, and I will be having a great time watching that after this. So I really hope you don't drop any spoilers. But either way, it's so beautiful to watch. You know, Paul, I would definitely come and heckle you because you heckle me so much, and you deserve it and you'd know it. Services / planning.png. Let's just see if this worked. Oh well, what am I doing? I haven't even wired it up. So what's going to happen here? We're going to say, oh, what the hell? That's a mysterious way I've even done that. I'll just copy this. Image. I'm gonna call this image URL because I think it'll make more sense. Let's see how badly this breaks things. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Start 155. So I'm gonna say 200 by 200. Felipe, great to have you here. Let's save that now and see what happens. That looks pretty good there. Now let's... And then when I swap it... Broken. So, moral of the story, it doesn't just show a broken image when you're in development and don't have an image. Oh, that's weird. Why did that scale change? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Just have a look at the lines on top of the service section. Were they flowing as should? Am I missing something? Weird. Am I missing something, Paul? Oh, great. Yeah, thanks, Felipe. That's nice to hear. I put this on. I think it's nice to it gives... I'm sure everyone knows that when you're working on your own personal things, it can often be hard. Like, I'll work on clients' work, no problem, Monday to Friday, and then as soon as the weekend comes, I just forget about doing any of my own stuff. So by having the camera on, it kind of just forces me to grind on through this stuff and get some stuff done. So I really enjoy it. Okay, so now we need to put an image URL in for all of them. So I'm going to put in the wrong one to start just to make sure it's working. What's this definition? Product planning. I think it's development. I'm going to check on your comment in a second, Paul. I wouldn't ignore you. You know that. Launch. I feel like I've forgotten. Development. Launch. Scaling. Let me have a quick look. I think what I might do and add into this in this stream when Jay's on to teach me some stuff, I might actually get him to teach me how to modify, because I've only started using CSS variables very recently. So I might get him to teach me how to modify these kind of heights and dynamic parts with the with some JS, because I see him doing that all the time and it's magnificent. So it'd be excellent to see how I could do that and maybe add in some more, because I could see even if I could turn, like, make these waves bigger, or even like make this into a wave, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I'll be interested in that. Yeah, your poor fingers. I hope you code as much as you type in the chat here. Alright, let's save that and I'm gonna guess I spelled everything correctly. How could I have done anything wrong? That looks pretty good. So that is kind of okay. I'll play around with that. I'm not really sure if I like the way they all look right now. So they're all going at the same speed, so it doesn't look natural. Ah, maybe that's what it was doing. Maybe it was sticking a bit, Paul. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Right, let's... So we have at least icons and things. This is the only one that looks a bit weird because of the arrow here. So I might pull these in to be actually in a bit, or add something to them. I haven't really decided, but I'll worry about that after. I'm not going to start thinking about design decisions now. I think I might just need a darker tip on the arrow because it kind of blends in there, doesn't it? But yeah, I could probably just brush off that. I'll use my iPad afterwards and add some stuff in there. Okay, so... Oh, hold on. Are these all... Plan... I'm back. Oh, thankfully. Yeah, don't ask me, because I could see everything running unsmoothly in the chat. Let me know if you're still here and you can still hear me. I don't know what happened there, because I could see everything. Yeah, I could literally see everything running in the YouTube chat, but StreamYard decided to die. I shouldn't have talked about how great StreamYard was and never gave me any trouble. But I guess, look, at least I didn't have to start a new stream to continue going. So I'm going to share my screen again. Share that up. That's better. So I think we're okay there. Image there, services is there. Correct, Praveen. You know, this is what we get for talking about technical difficulties earlier. Well, I'm not saying it definitely was your fault, but you went out of the room and it fell apart, so you won't be able to leave again. That's the only problem. Okay, so this and this. What else do we have to do now? We have to add in, there's a section up here over to how we work that I'm going to start working on now, which is the Codú is Irish for coding. And I wish I had brands like this that I worked for, but I'll be modest and put the real ones in. So the text is here for this, so I'll be able to copy and paste that. I'm going to export this image. Let's put this on the desktop over here so I have it a second. And then I will be able to add in, I'm going to use this image, the same image, rather than two images, and position it kind of 50% off and 50% off both sides. That's what I'm planning on doing. How will it work? Who knows? Also, I don't have this text in yet, do I? Okay. No, I do. So let's add in this image now. So if we have the how we work, I'm going to add this up here because it's still part of that. Well, no, it's not. Let's create a new section. Will it matter? Probably not. Let's find out. New folder. We'll call this about Codú. Or I'm just going to call this Codú, because this is kind of the naming convention and why I chose it. And the one we're working on is how we work. So I'm going to actually just be really lazy. Codú.js. Because this is how we all actually work in real life. We copy and paste things so that we have good defaults. What? I look at that. I even have the stolen tag from Jhey in there. And let's get rid of this body. Well, actually, do we want to get rid of all the body? Let's keep the titles. Title and that. Plans for 2021. I actually made my goals list for 2021. So let's see. So then as per every tweet currently out there, plans for 2021. I'm going to get that into that in a few minutes. Let me just make sure I have this kind of wired up, and I'm going to get that into that. And Ahmed, great to have you here. So let's take this. Let's take this. And I'm going to Control Z here. I can't undo. Oh, that's annoying. So let's find the title styles from services. Title P. No, it's how we work, isn't it? Title P. What have I committed to this next year? Let's have a look. I'm going to open this up on a slightly separate tab just so we can have it. I might type it out and show people then what it is. So what is my plans for 2021? I might just give this a preview over here while I'm talking because it looks pretty. So let me put this up. Here for a second. Actually, I never actually showed that off. Well, a couple of my friends were surprised recently to find out I play the guitar, so it's nice to have that in the background as well. I need to start practicing more. I was definitely better when I was 16 than I am now. Let's see, what was my goals? Because I wrote them out. We have a little channel where we all talk and write out our goals. My 2021 goals, and not all YouTube based, are at least one video per week. And that's not counting the streams. I'm hoping to hire at least 20 engineers, or build out a team of developers and have enough work for at least 20 engineers. Launch my first digital product. Hit 25,000 subs. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That helps me get closer to that target already. I'm hoping to launch a lot more startup advice videos on YouTube and videos with founders for anyone that's looking to build software and a software business. I'm hoping to lose at least 6 kg in weight personally. Launch the Codú community platform and own equity in 4 more businesses. So that is the plan. What framework is this? This is Next.js, full stack React. I am a huge fan of Next.js. It is just so nice to work with, easy to work with. If you know React, it just makes life so easy. And Praveen, absolutely. You let me know when it is. Give me a little bit of notice. And if it's not the middle of the night for me or that, I will do my best to get there. All right, let's make this big screen again. Boom. Special effects. We got Steven Spielberg in to help me with those swishy movements, because it makes it look fabulous. All right, so we have that. This should be called Codú. We will need next image, so I'm going to leave that in there. We do need this. We need to export this. Export default as Codú from, I don't know why that always happens, but who cares? Okay, so VS Code. Codú? Why is... okay. I think since I updated to the Big Sur operating system, it doesn't have the rights at the moment to actually... Does it? Oh no, it does. I just forgot the dot. I thought it didn't have the rights to see the file system, and that's why I wasn't getting the autocomplete. I think I'm going to keep this. I know Jhey, actually I have to show Jhey's testimonials. I had such a good laugh at this because he has a testimonial from me off one of these streams as well. But I think I'm going to keep that. I'm literally going to screenshot that now, Paul, just in case you delete it. And that's a testimonial for my results video that will come out at the end of next year. Because I didn't have any goals this year. My goals were actually set for the next 3 years, and I got it in 1. And I can't say what that is yet, but it's something secretive that everyone knows I've been kind of talking about very covertly for a while. So yeah, something big coming for me, and hopefully for everyone else as well. Okay, then we'll jump into that. We are going to then import Codú into our index.js and pages. So where are our pages? Gimme. It is here. Nice. Okay. So we need to make that container relative, or we need to give it a relative container around it. And then we're going to pass off the image to the left and right. And because if I use the same image, I won't have to make 2 requests for the same image. So that's why I'm doing it in the way I'm doing it. So Codú is Irish for coding, blah, 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 blah. Why does that look a bit weird? Did it look so weird a minute ago? Ah, okay. Yeah, once the images are added in, it'll break that up a bit. I think I might need to play around with the white space a little, but until then. I can't tell whether it's StreamYard or me that's screwing something up here, because my Wi-Fi isn't going. Or maybe it's just the update to Big Sur that it's a bit heavier on processes or something. I'm not too sure. It's a weird one. Weird. Okay, so I do ASP.NET, Angular. I'm still learning this stuff. Made a few apps with it and stuff. Good enough to get some freelance work. So learn, and also learn a JavaScript backend language. Sounds great. Get some work in there. If you can get some freelancing stuff, it's awesome to start. Everyone knows I love the idea of working for myself and everything else. It's a great path to go on. Yeah, it probably is me. I've lifted up my laptop a bit because where I have it buried under the new table, it might just not be getting a good enough connection. I have a stand-up desk at the moment, or I got one during the week, so I've moved everything around. So it might not be getting the same signal as I had before. Now let me... Anaithra. Have I butchered your name? Anaithra. Let me know. But welcome. Let's jump into the Codú. And what do we need? Container, container, container. Padding, padding, padding. And we will need the image thing then as well. So we're going to create 2 images under here. Where did we use the image last? I'm going to copy this in. I'll use this image for the moment. See where we're at. I was like, oh, that's perfect. All right, that's not so perfect. Right, that's okay. Class name, styles, image, left. We all need Anna is fine. I'm obviously embarrassing myself by trying to pronounce your name. Then if you just decide, give them the short UK or Ireland way of saying these things. This is the American dumbed down version of how we can say the word. But yeah, I appreciate it, Anna. Thanks. Do you do podcasts on SoundCloud? I want to hear them during the way to school or my workouts. I have not started yet. I'm in talks with Jay. We're trying to decide whether we'll stream or do a podcast together about development and building your career and everything else. So it's something that's in the works. So hopefully that'll come into 2021, but it's something I need to work out the kinks on first. So we'll call this image left, and then image dot right. Ah, I do know you, Estella. Or Anna. Nice. Stream with Jhey, more interaction, not all about heckling. Yeah, Jhey always manages. I think I end up creating, and that's where we might make a good balance. I think Jhey creates a nice, calm, reasonable, reasonable bunch of people, teaching people. Everyone's excited to learn all the crazy stuff. I think I create chaos. It's, I think that's all I create when I start doing stuff. So that's in my personal life and everything as well. I just, wherever I go, chaos ensues. All right, so let's see what the dot image left dot image right. We certainly do. But on the bright side, I gave us an extra hour this evening until 8 o'clock here, so it's I have a good bit of time left, so I'm pretty happy today to be a little bit more casual than usual. I usually force this under 2 hours. I have up to 3 hours today, so that's a little bit nicer. Position relative. Okay, so position. Salute. Left, we'll say minus 50 pixels. And right, minus 50 pixels. Okay, let's see. That worked perfectly, obviously. Let me close this off. Inspect. That also worked perfectly. Let me turn this off. Oh, the responsive is going to be a nightmare on this, isn't it? Let me turn this off. This is what I get for... Did I add the classes onto this? Ah, okay. I think this was something that we did. So this is something I discovered the last day. I think it was when I was positioning these new image components by Next that they didn't behave exactly as I expected for positioning. So I'm just going to do a quick search to see where I've used it, because I know I've already solved this problem. Okay, so it's in a div here, but that's not the one I was thinking. No. How we work services, wasn't it? Yeah, corner image container we had. So I think what I need to do is actually use a container around the thing itself to get it to work. So what I need to do then is say take off class name here, and if I say div class name left, see what happens now, and that starts to work as I expected. Nice. And then if we go for the same again, and let's jump into this. Boom. Son of Troy, recreating your own website is a good project to have, so thanks for sharing with us. When do you think the site will be complete so we can interact with it? So I have a link to the non-public version in the description below, but it will be live hopefully, because I'll do some streams. Like what I'm going to do effectively is, if this isn't done, or mostly done by the next 2 weeks, I'll probably do some streaming every day to get it done in 1 week, or even do a full day long stream to just get it done and finished, because there is a contact page and a blog page I have to do as well, just to get it polished up. The source code is down there, and the links to play with it. And you read my mind, Paul, because it has been taking a long time, but so far I've put 16 hours, I think it really, including all the talking, well 15 hours now, but after today it'll be about 16 hours of work gone in, so we'll see. It's not really that much to build a website so far, so effectively 2 days of work to get to where we're at, which is nice. We have our eyeglasses here. We need to put a top, I'm gonna say 50 pixels just for the sake of dropping it a little. Nice. Okay, 100. 100. So now we're starting to see images. So let's get the right images in and start to throw them off enough, and then we will be able to get things right. I think so. I texted him there, so I think he said he'd be around shortly. So when he pops in, I'll add him to the stream. Right, let's jump in. What am I looking for? Do I have this image even in here yet? No, we don't. So I'm just going to grab that image. Where are my images? Boom. Great. Great to have you here. Let's right, I've kind of lose track of this. Where are the images? Oh, it's always in the public folder that's closed, so I forget. We'll just drag section 1. This is going to be image. I'm gonna call this codú.png. And we will throw. Oh my god, a wild Jhey appears.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yeah. It's weird. You could have been there for a while, because I was overlooking here. My boom arm perfectly blocks the guest part, or the little part on StreamYard where you can't see where you're meant to drag people in and everything. So you could have been a while.
Yeah, I've only been here half an hour. Nah, not really.
That's all right. People were like, "Quick, get stuff done before Jhey ruins the stream." Not really. This is what Jhey will be coming soon, because I'm making progress.
I've come to derail.
Nice. I wouldn't mind. Like, everyone thinks they're derailing things in the. Yeah, it's pretty good. The chat's going. It's on fire today, I think. Plenty of chat. Everyone's excited for the Christmas holidays.
I've come to ruin it.
Nice. Well, I'm giving you a link. I don't know if I don't know if I've ever used the thing I sent you for the live share of VS Code.
Yeah, I've got it.
So apparently, I'm gonna so regret this, but this gives you control of my VS Code as well if I invite you, I think.
Where is the?
So I'll open up the extensions in a second if it doesn't make sense, because I have never used it, but it sounds like an awesome tool.
I used it before to do something. Let me try and.
So what am I working on now? I'm right now. I'm just working on kind of getting the image to the left and right here, like here.
Let me jump in.
Codú. Let me just jump this. Codú.
How do you? I take it you will. I'm gonna have to check how. I can't remember how you do the live share thing.
Let me just check I am still sharing. Yeah, invite. Shared servers, local host. You'll see like on my screen here I have this open.
I can't remember what I logged in with before. Let me just find out. That's strange.
I use GitHub.
Yeah, I thought I did, but it's not listed.
So now this is a...
Meh, I'll come in through GitHub.
Let me see where we're at. Da, da, da. What size is that new image that I got? I think I need a higher resolution of a few images I'm finding out today. I was thinking it's probably better if I just throw a lot of these images into Cloudinary. It's so much better for just being able to like size things on the fly. Have you used much Cloudinary?
Yeah, I love it, but I don't use it enough. I'm gonna start using it for. So Jason did like a really cool article on using Cloudinary to do your OG images. So you just pass like text in a URL and it will generate the image.
Oh, nice.
So I need to set that up really.
That sounds really good if you can get it to work. Oof, that looks wrong. I'm just for anyone that's watching the stream. Oh, look at this. Read only.
Oh, it says read only. Oh, okay, cool. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Can I change things? Hold on. Surely I can let you hijack things. Let me see.
That's interesting.
So that'd be interesting. I thought you could help me, like, really butcher things.
Maybe
so
it's
like, how much carnage can it be when two people start just tearing things apart?
Maybe it's because I'm not. If I sign in, it'll probably allow me to. Let me see what it say. It says I can begin editing though.
Can you?
Yeah, but I can't.
Can I see you? You're in the same file. Ah, okay.
Yeah, I can't do anything. Cannot edit in read-only editor.
Ah, okay. So it's giving you the read-only mode version of the editor.
Yeah. Is that because of the session?
I'm gonna search, just so people can see what we're working on as well. When your teammate edits a file, they get editor enhancements like italicized, statement complete. Yeah, no you don't, because he's not allowed to edit it. Maybe it is my session. Let me have a look. Now I have 2 J's.
Yeah, it says nothing about...
Okay, let me see if I can change... Let me kill this session. Boom.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I tried it in the browser as well.
Isn't it?
You can do it in the browser, which is really cool. I didn't know you could do that. Like I didn't
Yeah,
even know
so
that
like
was
it's
a thing.
saying make read only. I'm not making it read only, so I'm gonna send this into your Discord here.
Cool.
Because remember the amount of times you're just like, if only I could reach out and touch things.
That's why it was quite good yesterday, because we did it in CodePen, and I could jump in if I needed to.
Yeah, it really helps because sometimes you just like, especially on a Friday evening, you know, my brain's a little bit tired after a long week. So
I just want to know. If it
sometimes like
works.
somebody could be explaining to me something straightforward. Okay, there we go. Accept.
So let's see if this.
Anonymous and read only, but that's not.
It must be. Right. Let me sign into this.
Okay, maybe that'll help. So where are we on the site side of things while you're signing in? Okay, there's that.
I swear I'd already done this. That's why it just feels like a bit weird. Am I allowed to?
Okay.
Aha,
No,
I'm in
now you
now.
can do it. Oh, look at this. This
I'm
is
in
so
now.
cool, actually. I love seeing stuff like this. Delete. You wouldn't mind. That's literally, I got my girlfriend a card with that on it recently, just a bowl of noodles. So I found it on. It's great. That's excellent. That's really helpful now. And you should be able to see localhost 3000 then.
Yeah, I can see that too. Praveen's just about the
Oh, that's
lights.
sweet.
We got new lights, but I've just ordered more lights.
I seen that. What are you using? What are you using? Do you get LEDs from your screen? Because I was thinking of getting like dynamic lights that change the music to my behind my monitor.
So, yeah, I
Really
got
good.
these lights. These are actually really cool, but then I found out that you can send API requests to Philips Hue Bridge if you get a bridge. So today I ordered a bridge. So I ordered lights and I won't be using them, which is kind of funny. But I'll probably keep them anyway. They're pretty cool. They're
So
just like
for PR, like what did you do with them?
so these are just RGB floodlights.
Yeah.
Which are just like on the floor, and you can just set them to do different like effects and stuff. So I can just change them, and they'll just do like all different colors and stuff. I've got two separate ones, so like this one will, I can change it all, go like yellow or blue or whatever we want to do. So I guess
Nice.
purple.
So like that's why I want two, because I want to have the purple and blue
So yeah, there you go. There's like a purple
for my
and blue,
streams.
kinda. But the someone I think James Quick kind of shared that he was doing something with streaming and like clicking his lights on and off, and I was like, oh man, I've got to be able to do that. So in my stream, you'll be able to write
Nice.
Lights red, lights flash, whatever.
Oh no, that's hilarious. That's so cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna rig up.
How
like a
nice
little,
is it?
I was gonna rig up like a little bracket to hold some spotlights and then point them, and then wire it in, and then have it hook up to the bridge, so I can like place it on the floor or something, and then spotlight them in different positions. That's like my Christmas
Nice.
project. So,
That would be so cool. I'd love to. I need to try and build something like that for YouTube as well. Little details like that, but like real details. I should just get like a mechanical arm in the background here that can just grab me or push me over.
I need to actually do it.
Son of Troy is asking, are we open to feedback? It's the internet. We don't have any choice.
Yeah. Also,
We have to get feedback.
Is it on this site or is it? Where is it?
Yeah. So yeah. No, he's talking about that. I did say I'd with your permission, I'd show your new site as well.
you can go for it. I mean,
It's pretty cool.
It's definite work in
Nice.
progress, but
So you're literally with a guy who's live building his homepage right now. So we're all about works in progress here. What I'm just going to do before I forget, because I am in the middle of what I realized is those images are really low res. So I just exported a bigger version of that image to throw in.
Do you know what? Like one of the coolest things I think I built. I've just lost. Oh, there it is. One of the coolest things I think I built for the site, my site, was doing working out how to do the responsive like WebP picture element stuff and resizing. Oh, it's so cool. I hadn't like.
How did you do that?
So I mean, there are packages obviously to do it, but it's not like amazing. I've done it before, but it was cool because I didn't know how to do it for that stack. So because I'm using Pug and I'm using so there's Nunjucks and Pug in there, and basically I drop an image into Netlify CMS and I say like, right, I want this image to be the cover shot for like a code pen or something on my homepage, because obviously I have that track with the pens, and I'll drop it into the CMS, and then what it does is it just has so in Pug there's a filter that I've created to do it, and then in Nunjucks there's also a filter, and it essentially takes the image and an alt tag, does the resizing, and then sends back the correct element. So it'll be a picture with sources and the image. So it does like WebP, PNG, and then populates it. It's really cool. It's really nerdy, but
Nice.
I kind of love it.
That's why we're doing this. Like you don't do this on a Friday evening if you didn't love it, to be fair. You know, you'd be in the wrong place. Like anyone even in the chat clearly has their priorities. I will say wrong. Is it? Right for all of us. I'm sure to the normies out there it's probably the wrong priorities, but it's excellent. I love nerding out on that kind of stuff.
Oh, what is...
where am I going? I want to get in and replace the Codú image, so let me delete this. Delete. I've just brought in a higher res one, call that Codú, and let me find out what resolution this is. Reveal in Finder. 748 by 444. 748. Did you break the CSS while I was gone?
No, it's
I see red stuff coming up. I see spin, infinite spin, 1 second, infinite linear coming up in my console. I'm uh-oh.
You see nothing. You see nothing. It's all lies.
Yeah, it's all lies. I'm just waiting to go back now, because that's pretty cool that I could be working on this, right? And you just go away and... Okay, what have I broke?
Failed to compile.
Okay, yeah, so you're in my land now,
sure.
Jay. So what you have to do is you would take this part and throw it into the main.css, because there's only one kind of global import. Everything else has to be scoped to a class. So like doc container becomes like gibberish. So if you were trying to target body, you'd have to do it in the global file. So if you cut that and put it into main.css, it'll probably work.
I will change it.
No, throw it in though, just so you can see it work as well. I love that. That's so funny. Like I come back. Nice. That's so cool. I really like this toy now. Okay, is it working again? Working on my side. Nice.
Should be. I've just ripped it out.
So throw that into main.css if you're looking at the stream now, This one is where all the globals go.
Well, I could just go and change the body tag, but no, it's cool. I'm not here to break it. I
want to see what it looks like.
Oh, it will look mental.
Actually, I had this weird idea last day because I'm doing some weird. Oh yeah, that doesn't look so good. My theory, okay, was that if I cut off the sides here, that I wouldn't have this problem that I just found right now. Was when it stretches out, that I could hide the edges of this. Why is that image so blurry?
You can use that full bleed trick.
You say that full bleed trick as if it's in everyone's back pocket. What's the full bleed trick?
Well, I like doing that thing where you do like a relative position, then left 50% it, and then transform it. But it kind of gives a bit of a layout shift. So I don't know how much it affects layout scoring, but I don't know. I seem to get hundreds in some tests, and I've done it pretty big on that site I just built.
So what do you do to get it to cut?
Also, it depends.
Score bleed.
So you're on about like this. How have you got those?
So let me show you what I'm doing. Let me fix this for a second. Like I just have absolutely positioned left and right. I think this needs to be minus way more by the looks of things now. It probably needs to be minus 360, I would say. So I have absolute values for these.
Oh, I see. So these are inside that container, and then you're shifting them outside.
Yeah, and what I was doing was because I didn't want things to just expand forever on this, because I have a 49-inch monitor. And what I realized is like the waves look crap, and a lot of the site looked really bad if I just let it expand indefinitely. So I was trying to like force it by putting it on a background here, as you can see.
Yeah, that's always going to be like a bit of an issue when you've got this kind of design. So you're kind of gonna work out where you want it to go. You could do something like you could do like a calc.
I'm just wondering if there is hackery.
No, this is probably the right way to do it. Although I would probably do something like
let me jump into the code so I can see what you're talking about.
So where's the HTML for this piece? Which is it in this?
Okay,
Codú
so if you go into Codú.js, so there is a reason I have this in this. So basically, the image ends up kind of absolute by default with this new Next.js image tag.
It's kind of a pain to work with.
Optimizes the images. Yeah. So that's why I just learned if you wrap it in another div, then you can just pretend it's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. Like I worked with this image thing for Egghead Next, and it was like, great now because I want to use like Tailwind, and then it's like, great, when you do this, then the things inside
doesn't work.
Yeah, because it obviously does. So like putting like Next image into Storybook is interesting as well, because you have to write like a custom renderer for it. So yeah, everything's like camel cased in here, isn't it? Is that how it works?
Yeah. So Hassan, just so you know, basically what's happening on the side here, I can't use overflow X hidden because these black bars are the background color of the whole body. So there's nothing to hide it because this is on top of everything. Oh, there's stuff going on.
Yeah, I don't know if this is how you can do it like this. I think you can.
Let's find out. Like, because if we're using calc, we should.
Well, you won't need calc because you can just do. Will it not save? No. Okay. suppose everyone just froze. It's just me left. It is now. It's me rocking. Just know that I'm like doing some seriously cool stuff, but when the screen comes back on,
yeah, I was just here like, I don't know what is happening, hoping that you could see, because this is happening this evening a lot, but like everything else, all the other applications, no problem, but for some reason StreamYard is just stopping a few times this evening.
Annoyingly, I'm not able to save. I don't know what. Oh,
are you not? Okay.
No, it's cool. It must
you
have been
definitely have.
It must have dropped out, like
maybe
on the
it's
side or something.
Yeah, it must have been my internet then. At least I know it's the internet and not StreamYard. Cool. Oh, look at the. What do you think of this? You're probably going to slap Praveen for his hackery that he's coming up with in the chat here as well. Can we add an overlay of the same color as of the background on half of the image?
Yeah, but you want to see the whole image, right? So you can do like the kind of. So you just use an overflow X on. So you could do something like. There's different ways you could do this. So, what is it? Container. So you could have the container be like, I don't know, or even 100 VW.
Where are you now? Look at, oh, you're up in the container.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how.
Just shout out where you're moving to, just because I'm streaming my screen. So just shout out where you're gone. If you jump off somewhere, that way I can follow your cursor around.
So you could do something like that. What does that look like?
Like this. It's plus 50, I think, on that side, and then minus 50 on the other side, is it?
Right, so that's pretty big. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, left 0, right 0. Yeah, it would be plus 50.
And this is a question I had for you. I actually noted just for when you were on the stream. I didn't even go Googling it because I just wanted a good explanation for how these things should be done rather than all the contradictory stuff I read.
I've done that round the wrong way as well. This is a better way of doing it. Like that. So then it's kind of like maintain in one place.
Huh.
Although that left one doesn't look right, does it?
I love this. Is the best comment I've gotten yet. Niall just sent back while Jhey creates his website. Sourcing at its best.
just milking the knowledge out and selling it on. I thought that's pretty cool.
I always forget about the calc function. That's something I always forget about.
Yeah, I use that like all the time for variable stuff. It's super useful here because here it doesn't matter now because we can just say like, oh, actually, I want it to be 100%. Change it in one place, and it'll obviously just change it across the board. But Niall's frozen again, so it's currently my stream for until he's back. So I said I'd stream tonight, so technically, this is my stream for a second.
Yeah, I was like, because it said I was back, and then it said you were gone. I don't know, madness tonight. Weirdness.
But yeah, so you see, like there, I've just changed Now we're just changing one place instead of like two. So you just do a minus and a 1, and then
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. Oh, it hasn't saved. So if I push it up, and then it should.
Oh yeah, I get you. Okay, so but your minus 50 is where you should be at, is what you're saying. Probably even
Yeah,
minus
but
60. I think it looks a little bit more than half. I think looks nicer.
yeah. So this is like where I'd try and probably like it's down to like the image sizing now. It's not so much the CSS. So like ideally this would be like a nice uniform image. It'd look the same both sides. So probably instead you change that 100 to 1, and then like your left one you'll say, oh, that's minus 50, and the right one's, I don't know, 60, and then you can kind of change it around.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it's probably, is it easier, because the reason I was trying to do this with one image was I was just trying to save, but like I could easily cut this image in two and make it left and right, and that's the easiest way to do this.
Well, it'd be cool though if you have the.
So I'm just wondering,
so
yeah, that's what I'm just wondering. Just to save one network a request, so I have, because it's the same image, you know.
These images can't be big though. They must be vector, surely.
These are not right now. They should. I'll have to actually pull down the vectors for these. I have that on my notes. Is get SVGs, because right now I have them in PNGs.
Because if it's horrible,
like, I
wouldn't have thought they wouldn't take up too much space anyway, right? But you could obviously create like an optimized SVG if you want it to be smaller.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be too bad. But I think that's because if you don't want the black bars, essentially, is what you're saying. But you could.
Well, I want the black bars to be on top of the image, basically. That's what Praveen was saying. Like, should we just put a black overlay over it? And that's why, like, should I just bite the bullet and just throw it left and right and have two different images?
Yeah, but then that looks weird. So, like, if you go on your, I don't know what resolution yours is, what, like 820 by 10 or something, I don't know, by 1080, like this ridiculously big screen. You don't want to see those images.
It's 4,000 pixels wide, yeah.
So you kind of want the images to be there.
Kind of.
You just don't want the overflow. You just don't want the scroll, which is fine.
No, I was hoping those black bars would cut it off, but maybe I don't. You know, like, this was something I was trying to decide. Yeah, maybe that was the first question I should have asked. Does the black bars? Okay, so do you think I should let the whole website just flow edge to edge then?
The waves is a bit interesting because obviously that would. But like things like your header.
Because I think this looks. I think this looks terrible, just popping over.
I would stretch your header image so it went right across. If it was me, that's how. Like, I'd have it completely full bleed out.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this because I had two of this, and I had this one was even bigger. So I might even do that and grab this one and make it slightly bigger.
This is where the kind of trick comes in, because realistically, like, so for your hero component, like your hero section, although the content is like clipped, the actual container is like full width. So like the actual structure should really be container, then content, where the content has like some max width variable that says like, oh, it can only be 720 wide with a margin 0 or something that makes sure it's center aligned, but then your actual backdrop can be the full width of the window. This is why you need to set up Storybook.
Huh? Ah, okay. So I was trying to figure out, like, so it definitely is just my end. I really shouldn't have given out to the Virgin guys this week. I literally this week I got annoyed on the phone because my connection keeps cutting off, and it's gotten way worse since I came out.
I had I had some cutouts earlier in the week, and they just happened to happen like the day before I did Learn with Jason. I was like, oh, this is not ideal. But I see someone no commission for Storybook. I just think that realistically it's such a pain saver. I've used it for like since it first dropped, when it was like Kadira Storybook, and there was no tooling for it. Like it was really basic. Well, it wasn't basic, it was good, but there was like certain things to do with it that were harder to do. So like I remember I was on a flight to New York, and I was essentially writing like code for Storybook to make things easier for me. So it was kind of yeah, just I remember like bundling things together and stuff. So I used to use it. Used to be really cool. You still can. You can use it with React Native. So you used to be able to do things like in the browser, look at the stories, select them, and it would ping them onto the simulator, which was really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've used Storybook for a couple of design systems, and it's been unreal. I just set up, like, when I start a project, before, like, if I know it's going to be like a large project, just to get the core buttons and styles and everything into Storybook, just so all the developers have it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like now I just try and use it for everything. Anything that's going to be slightly substantial. So obviously I use it for my own site building, purely because I like to see everything mapped into isolation. I think it kind of promotes like not building kind of like messy layouts as well, because you can easily rely on things just being tied together nicely, and when you take something out, then the whole thing falls apart and you don't know why. And it kind of stops you from doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to say that, like, it's something I used loads of, and I actually did a workshop. I think my worst workshop I ever gave was the Storybook workshop, and this is what made me have a falling out with Storybook. Was they keep on making changes and not labeling the version changes correctly. So I remember before I did a workshop on it, I was like, right, I'll wing it. You know, I know Storybook so well that I'll just download the latest, start working. It was still 5 point whatever, and I went to pull it and nothing worked the same, and everything just wouldn't even install.
The biggest win, I think, was when they swapped it and they did like they did the MDX integration. Like, that is so good. Just being able to write like stories just with MDX is a big win. It's like, because obviously it builds the documentation in, and that was always something that I thought was a bit hard to do with it. But now you just write your MDX and your stories.
Yeah, getting the docs.
Yeah, it's all living. So. You gone again? Man.
I really think if this happens like one more time, I should probably just give it up for this evening.
Yeah, it doesn't like you. The streaming lords are not happy with you.
Yeah, like I'm half tempted like to connect to my phone and ask for the router to be restarted to see what happens. So let me see. I'm wondering if this stream will just die if I put it onto my phone. That's how we're gonna find out.
If you got a good like 4G connection, it should be fine.
Yeah, let me move this here. We should be fine. Let's find out. Like, it can't be any worse than what it is. I just don't know what's going on. Yeah. Well, no worse than usual, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Like how bad can it get? I hope you can just do handstands while it's
Yeah, I've just been doing some
while it's
shapes.
in the thing. Let me have a look. What am I going to see if? No, I don't think I even do have 4G at the moment. I think just my network is awful at the moment. What a disaster. Well, you know, I wouldn't mind. I was just saying at the start of the stream that you had the worst luck when we streamed together and did the first one, and that's why I started StreamYard, because it cured everything. And like, I just feel like I've cursed myself by literally having this conversation at the start of the stream about how this fixes all my technical difficulties all the time.
Yeah, good times. The I've not really used. I've only been a guest on StreamYard, so I've not actually set one up. I tried and this one seems to be the most easiest one for having people on though. That's the thing.
Yeah, for
Unless
sure.
you can,
like the fact that I can just throw a link out.
Yeah, otherwise you need to basically build overlays with like OBS and do the whole cast the Zoom call in, which is cool. That's how a lot of people do it.
It's fine. I did that. That's how I did yours the first time
back in the day,
and how I did the how I did a lot of my first streams was just through OBS. But it's just it was giving me so much trouble because I do know right well since I moved to where I am that like the router is so flaky. It's just like I'm meant to be getting like 500 meg or 1 gigabyte broadband, and then it just kicks me off the router every so often. So
yeah, it's no good. No good at all.
Min width. No, not at all. Let me put this to 100. I'm just going to change this for a second. Is this? Well, that image looks way clearer after I refreshed as well, which is nice. So what I'm trying to figure out on the body where I have a container. I can't even remember where I put a container on this because I'm going to let it stretch out, and then we'll figure out what you were saying about potentially making the header just stretch out.
Well, yeah, just like so the parts of a section you want to be full. So like if I was building this, I'd set the max content on the individual pieces and then just stack them. So instead of setting it on like the entire thing, this is obviously dependent on the design you've got, so you know you have to cater for it. So I could have done this with my site, and in the end I was like, I've actually stitched myself up a bit there, but it's okay because I wanted it to be scrollable, so it kind of works. But
yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, I see with the design here. Can I zoom out a bit? So I was just thinking that it might. I was only just here that I had that issue, so maybe it'll be fine when I stretch it out. But I think this image I need to do better on as well.
Yeah. So like for that one, I'd have said like, yeah, it's because of the design. You kind of want like a design that caters for a huge screen. So like if you were to pan out on some big, I don't know, I can't think of sites that have like a big fancy hero. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they don't usually work well.
I'm just gonna see if I can find someone that's got one. What about this one? Inspect. See, that's if I go like.
This is a fancy hero site here that I found.
Yeah, so like if you look at like Stripe, their entire gradient goes like the entire width of the viewport, regardless. And I don't know how you're doing it, but if you open up the inspector and go into responsive mode and then set like a dimension of like 5,000 pixels wide or something, and you'll see
that's what I kind of need. That would make it feel more natural. You see the way they have that flowing gradient in the background? That's exactly what I need.
If
into
you go
purples
in,
and blues.
if you open the inspector up and then hit the emulator, so next to the little and then if you just set that to like 6,000 or something, and you'll see how they're doing it. Set like really big, so you can see like their backdrops go right across like full bleed, but their content stays, and that's to do with like kind of
nice
designing for it. So they've kind of got an idea of like, this is going to bleed out, so we need to let these different pieces stack. So I'd imagine each sort of section is full width, but then they constrain the content.
Yeah, I think I have something like that in it. I'm just trying to remember how I overrode the body now. Can't even remember how I did that. What is my... I love how I forgot how I've set the background constraints since last week. Because this makes more sense.
They have... I'm probably looking at the worst section to look at. Where's one that's... Although, to be fair, their whole site is kind of done a similar way. So, like, each section has its own little block.
Yeah,
and
it does. Yeah, you can nearly see it. Yeah.
And then they have,
so if I zoom in,
like loads of different... There you go. Section layout has a max width of layout width, and then section container is 100%. So that's probably how I'd go about it, because then you can do whatever you want with the content. It just gets a bit trickier when you've got like content that you want to make flow outside.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. So yeah, and it gives they do their nice little lines on it as well. Do you see that?
Yeah,
they have
so
little
like
edges on all the sections. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and another way to do it is just like apply a style to like layout container in the inspector, and you'll see exactly how they've laid it out. Because each piece, they're just doing like backgrounds, or the joy of doing it as like a big element is that you can just drop anything into it and then sort of restructure it however you want. He's gone again, hasn't he?
Okay, this time I switched over to my phone. I switched while it was down there because I said it's as good a time as ever to switch. This is a disaster. I don't know why my internet is being so terrible tonight. Everyone just getting excited and looking at stuff they shouldn't on the Friday evening before their holidays.
Just not happy with you.
Not at all. Right, yeah. That's a weird one, to be fair. So yeah, right, let's figure out how to what I've done here. I'm glad I put your face on the or your bear on the image now, because there's lots of just me going, here's the bear in the middle of this. Let's see. What am I trying to do? I'm completely losing my train of thought. That's the worst part about the disconnections.
I have access to the server as well. I lost connection. That's why. Reconnect.
No, you should have it back now, don't you?
Yeah, it says it's reconnecting.
Okay. Because I said, yeah, it says, oh, you left. Okay. Maybe it'll come back in a second.
I didn't want to. It's funny though, because I can still see everything. I just can't do anything. You were disconnected.
Yeah, it's weird.
Here we go.
Ah, I have a layout component. That's what I forgot about.
Yeah, so how's that piece working? Because if it's like the entire page, then
I just have a max width around everything. So I put that away, then it's back like this, which doesn't look bad.
so yeah, what you could do is then just set. It means reshuffling the content a bit, just like putting some extra wrappers.
Yeah.
in.
So you're just saying throw that container into all the elements itself,
Yeah, just make them
or
like
sections
individual-
themselves.
Yeah, just individual sections. Like you can just do them in section tags. So you could do it. Yeah, like they're already in section tags. So you could
Yeah.
just have.
Perfect. Yeah, I can do that. That's way smarter.
So you could have like section. I'm inside the JS one, but if you did like. Actually, I'll do this properly.
Well, I'm going to. What are you in, the layout.js or what file? One of the sections?
I'm just messing around with one of the sections. I'm inside the Codú one.
Perfect. That's the one that's really the trouble one. So if you can get that one going, it'll be interesting now to see if my iPhone is more reliable than my apparent 1 GB broadband.
Definitely will be. Why is
It's such a disaster. It's so interesting though. Okay, so just throwing everything section container. Well, everything has a container on it, so I guess I could put max widths on the containers.
Let's see what that does. I don't know what the variable name is, but just see like if that works.
Inspect.
Well, I don't know if it's saved. Oh, okay, it's saved this time.
Okay. Oh, that's definitely not what I was trying to do. Fresh. Okay, so we have this just popping off into infinity. So that's just an overflow issue,
Why
isn't
is
it?
that? Oh, but I did the wrong class. Now if you do it.
Ah,
There you go.
okay.
So like, that scrunched it right in.
Okay, so you're seeing where the edges are now. Ah, okay, yeah. So would it be wise then if I created like a container component or just a container class that I could add to all the containers?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna do. I don't know what's your CSS variable for it. What's it called? Layout width max, something like that.
Yeah, I think it might have only been in the layout, was it? Let me check in the layout. Dun, dun, dun. Where the hell did I put that layout component? Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, layout. No, I just had a hard-coded max width in there. So if we go into the main.css, I can put a max width. So I do have a container max width. Yeah, there's a global container max width.
Yeah, what's that one?
And I'm changing it in here in the media queries as well. See?
So yeah, I've saved that, and if you see what that looks like, then it won't care about. And then your
I just need to
sort of
overflow hidden here.
yeah, your extra pieces you see. So you would need to sort of constrain all your content to these widths, and then let everything else just balloon out. So for this case, I think your container. Let's take that off.
But I should have like overflow hidden on the body, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Or just the image itself. See what I mean? Like right now, this is what's happening. If you look at the preview, where I still have this grey bar on the side.
I don't know why that's the case. Have you got? Do I have access to the server, don't I? I can.
Yeah.
Can I do this? It says no server shared, but I swear it said that if I did localhost 3000, I would get it. Oh, no, I don't.
Let me see. Checking the live server tab, it might have you might have to share server.
Yeah, hit that one.
Enter the TCP port.
Oh yeah, whatever it's running on. So if it's like on 3000, it'll just port forward it to me.
So what do I do? Just put in localhost 3000 into here?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever it's running on.
Okay, there we go. Apparently.
Yep, I got it. Oh, it's loading.
Nice.
Give it a moment.
That's something. Be good to my iPhone, okay? It's struggling here. That's the only reason it's taking time to send you the data.
Oh, cool. So yeah, I've got it. That looks pretty good. Ah, right. So yeah, I see what's happening.
And is that just, should I have overflow hidden on the image or container? Or what's causing that?
Overflow X hidden. Oh, that's interesting. Is that not working?
What file are you in? Codú?
I'm just playing with it in the inspector to see what.
Nice.
See what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same then.
Because for some reason, even though the overflow is set, it's letting it bleed out. All right, there we go.
Layout. What was it? I'm guessing it's my layout component.
Well, I just said.
Let's just create this global container around it.
So.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Main.
There you go. Done.
What did you set?
So the layout module didn't have overflow hidden, so.
So yeah, the trick.
Was that you or me?
Oh no, I've just made a change.
That's what I.
Somewhere else.
So once I have overflow hidden there now, it's all good. And if I let that spread out, 4,000 or whatever. No, 4,000. That looks so
I'm wondering
bad.
how. Yeah, this one's interesting because. So you've taken the overflow off, right, and it works, but obviously now they stretched right to the edge, regardless, which is not ideal when you.
Yeah, so that's the layout. So like everything is now getting 100% width. So your container is no longer working inside the Codú component.
What we can do is.
So we need a max width or oh yeah, you're just going to a what? What were you adding in there? A DIC what?
A what?
You were spelling out DIC. I'm really mature, so.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Got excited. So what is everyone's plan for the weekend in the chat? Is there anything wild going on? If you're me, it won't be online gaming because of my terrible, terrible internet. Container max width. I think maybe is it, or did you add something new? Hold on, let me get
Yeah,
right, and I'll copy and paste it in there.
I was trying to think how. Actually.
In fact, I'm going to call this a new variable. I'm going to pull this out into root.
I got it. I got it.
You're going to have to explain this wizardry to me because I have no idea what you've just done.
Although, how long does it take? I guess I have to reload it myself. I don't know if it'll work or
not. It should be auto. I'm getting a compiled notice whenever you do that.
Oh, I didn't. Did I save this one? Save. Come on. If one thing happens tonight, it'll be you go onto a new mobile plan, you get a new broadband deal. It's gonna be great.
I've made my second official complaint to my broadband provider this week before I can actually bring it up to the communication regulations board over how annoyed I am with them. Because I'm in the city centre in Dublin, like, and this is my internet, so it's not acceptable. Like,
you think it'd be all right? Oh, this is. Oh no, this is cool. This is cool. So
you have container max width. So that's changing, I think, because of some stuff here. So
I don't know if that's.
So I'm going to create a new. What do you think the max width should be on this?
Why is this not working? So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just saying the wrapper should be 100% of the viewport width, and then it should only ever get to a max size of like whatever the. So the max width is like 2,000 or something, isn't it, or 1,000? And then I'm just saying when it gets to 2,000, don't stretch it anymore. But then you will see the whole of the image, if that makes sense. But I don't know why it's not working.
I totally get you. Yeah, so let me try something here. So I have created a new variable at 1,000 pixels, okay? And I'm just gonna say whatever max. I'm gonna override yours without deleting it, because you know it's always good practice to cascade all your styles and guess what's going on.
Oh, whoa. Not width.
Yeah, I was gonna auto. That's it. You did exactly what I was thinking.
That one. Oh, content max.
Please be good. What?
What's the what is that container max width though? What is the value of that?
Container max width is 100%, and then it changes depending on the media queries. You see.
That's
why I made a new one called content max width, just so we could keep track of a static number for now. 1,000 pixels.
Okay, cool.
So it should be nice and small.
Yeah, let's make it bigger. Okay, that will work now.
It's not working at the small size anyway, so that's my only issue.
No, this should work, and you'll see kind of why or how it scales when it finally loads and works. Although it doesn't seem to be working.
Let me save my side and see if I can see it compiled.
When I set it to 2,000 pixels.
No, it's not working.
Oh, because you've set it to a pixel, right? And I've just times 2 pixel. There we go. I think that. No, that doesn't work either. Content max width. Are you sure?
Well, now that you're asking me with that tone, I'm not.
Are you...
Oh, look at this.
Oh, it works now.
Why did that take so long for us to both see? Okay, so that's better.
So you see what's happening now? So when you scroll, when you make it smaller,
nice.
so yeah, when you make it smaller, it'll cut the sides off how you want, and then when you go up, it'll let them be full. So it's almost like a little Easter egg. So it kind of like says, hey, when you make it bigger, you get to see all of it. Which is
maybe
cool.
I'm just missing maybe I'm missing something here, but why do we like it? I'm gonna just do it, and you can tell me why I'm wrong here, right? Why do we need to calculate? Why can't we just set
you
this
don't.
to
You could
2000
just
pixels?
set it to like. It's only because you set it to a small number, and I wanted to see it on a big number.
Oh, that's
'Cause the
okay. I'm just
wrapper-
making sure I wasn't missing something.
Yeah, the wrapper is only concerned with the images, right? The wrapper doesn't care. It just has the content in it and the 2 images, and then that's just margin auto, and then the 2 images are just doing
Nice.
their own thing.
So I can put that up to like 2,200 pixels or whatever
Yeah,
else
yeah.
I
You
was
can set
thinking
that
of.
to realistically
So let me
what
go
you
in.
want. I just did times 2 because I thought you set it too small, and I wanted it to be like when you go really big.
What
like
is my
4K or 2K or whatever.
yeah? So yeah, that's better. I'm still gonna make it a bit bigger. 1580. Yeah, that looks a bit better now, especially with that nice red. I love our debugging CSS color of red. It's just the easiest thing to know when you're going so wrong with CSS. It's like, it needs more red. That's how you know things are going wrong.
Good old HSL 0150.
That looks sweet now. Look at that. So
Yeah, actually worked. Like, the header looks fine as well.
Yeah. The question I had for you though, as well, which I hadn't actually looked up, and I thought it might be a nice opportunity to get like a good explanation from a professional. How do? Yeah, I know. I'm calling you a professional. You know, I'm going to ask for a favor now. How do I update CSS variables from JavaScript land or React land?
Oh yeah, easy. Where are we doing it?
What file are we in so I can see it?
What do you want to do? To what?
So what I was trying to do, so like, let's go into, this is a perfect example, right? I wanted to be able to add some more, like update some of the variables in the wave component with props. So
yeah.
I didn't really know how to do it, and I was running out of time the last day, but I was like, I knew you'd have a good explanation rather than me copying and pasting off Stack Overflow.
There's different ways you can do it. So which file or how would you want to do it?
So
like,
I have a component
through?
called, so I have waves.js, and I wanted to have like a default variable or the normal one, and then I want to be able to override that variable. So say what's happening right now is some of the wave heights I'd like a bit bigger, like the one right under the hero image. I'd like those waves a little bit bigger. So how do I do that really without, hard coding in JS values? That's all.
Right, so I can't remember how they do it. So we have like height.
So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
we can look in here into
So
the
for
CSS.
example,
You'll see
this width you might just be like, obviously we could just set to like, I don't know, 20 for a second. Then you can just bring that through in a prop. I didn't know if you meant doing something like,
it's that easy.
yeah. Didn't know if you meant something like, if you wanted to do, so you'd need the actual thing, but normally if you're doing like the root, you just do something like that, but you'd obviously have like
Nice.
instead this would be like wave ref or something like that, and then you could just like have them come through.
I must have just made a typo, because I was trying to do something similar to this, and my head just wouldn't work with it, and I was like, why can't I touch everything else to do with CSS, so why can't I touch variables? So I must have just made a typo or something, because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you just have to quote them, and then it's all good. It's just, this is actually quite a good trick for when you want to do like I don't know, we could do, this is a complete here's something a bit hacky. In fact, I just want to see if it works. Wave ref.
Ooh, wave refs.
And do I have to do, I assume I have to do this. I can't remember, but I saw some funky thing where people weren't doing any imports anymore and it just worked. And then I know this is.
So you don't need to import React itself, but you do need to import bits, I think. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Let's find out. We'll delete it in a minute.
And then, I don't know. I'm just writing code that's coming out of my head here. H is less than 50. H plus 1 else 0. This is gonna look funky, and it's completely not necessary, but I just thought it'd be fun to see what it does. And we'll just have, I don't know if this will work actually. I don't normally write code straight in like this.
What are you trying to achieve here?
Oh, nothing. I'm just messing around.
No, I'm trying to figure out, just so I know, just to follow on the logic, what are you expecting to happen then is probably a better question.
I'd expect the wave to constantly jump up and then go down in height. It should technically do it, but I don't know if it will, because it might throw an
So this
issue.
only runs once, doesn't it?
No, because we're calling request animation frame, which should then call itself, and then this will start a loop on the animation frame, which will run over.
Okay. Do you have to put any kind of cleanup function on that to get it to work like nicely?
You probably would have to, but because this is just not actually going to be used, I just wanted to see if it would do it. So here I'm just saying like make the wave go big, make the wave go big, make the wave go big, and then keep going around. But it doesn't look like it's doing it, but it could be that it hasn't saved, or it could be that it doesn't know what to do.
Let me save it. No, I think I'm getting it here.
Oh, it does run.
Let's refresh here.
But then it sort of stops.
Did not like you after the 5th time.
Oh, it never runs. Oh, here we go. Oh, it is doing it. Interesting.
Oh, now the change is going non-stop.
Yeah, the change is happening. It's just not
updating.
Yeah, it might just. Oh, yeah, it might just be. I don't know though. That should work. I wonder why it's not. It might just be too quick for it. It's doing it.
Oh, I get you, yeah. So it's just...
But it's just not updating the attribute quick enough. That's strange. It's definitely height. Yeah, I mean, this is a non-issue. It's not something we need to do, but I just thought it'd be interesting. But it does seem to be...
That's what I get for asking questions.
Yeah, waveref.current.style set property height h+1 if h is less than 50. It could be that it's happening so fast that we just can't see it, but I don't think that's the case.
This time I just closed the tab by accident. So it wasn't even my internet. Hold on. That's why you're still connected to the thing. Discord was beeping and annoying me, and I went to close it. And I just closed the stream tab. So let me share this.
Yeah, I think this runs too quick. Because it would run like 60 times a second, so it's blowing up. Yeah, that's how you put.
All right.
That's how you put your CSS.
So if so yeah, because basically like in here we have heights, length of types. Should these be different heights?
Yeah, because that's each way, right? But it just depends how you wanted it done, like whether you wanted them bigger, smaller. That's kind of a free for all. It's something I need to actually build.
Has changed. What has changed here? Background image. Probably broke something in. So it does not like the background image after I put in this. Why is that? So I think this is the issue I was having the last day. So I was trying to change this variable.
Yeah, go for it. What happens?
So if I add this.
Oh, it clips it.
Broke this. Oh, it's fine now. A second ago I was getting an error. There is a clipping, but that's not what I'm worried about right now, because that would just mean we'd have to do some kind of calculating in the CSS.
It just means that the height is, yeah.
So like that's what I'm thinking. Do I have to just add the
container? There you go. So now it will be fine.
What did I need?
So the container needs to be the right height because it overflows.
Is it still clipping up here a little, or is that just where it's meeting?
I've just set it to 20 VH and saved it. So now it will work.
Okay.
But you could set that to like.
So yeah, now now you can see what I'm trying to get to here now. So I'm saying that looks bizarre. So what I was trying to do is see if I could like dynamically from the outside like change the heights of these, so I could have like some big ones, some small ones, different parts on the page. Because right now, I feel they're so uniform that they don't look organic.
So yeah, if you had them set up, you could do like I don't know. It's kind of, you would need a lot of props, I guess. And this is, you'd need something like one height.
Okay.
Something like that.
Because I was going to like put in like what I was thinking, and maybe I can't do it, but I was thinking of adding in like the variables into the wave, and then using like a calc function in all of these to, like, yes, they'd be uniformed, but like based on the prop you put in. So like the second height one is always like twice as big or half as big as the first one, and so on.
A multiplier or something. That would work.
Yeah.
So you could
just to make
like,
it more usable, if you get me.
Yeah, this is why I would do. It's why I'm trying to make something out of it, but I've just not got around to doing it. If you save that, that should work. Yeah, there we go. So like now you'd be able to like pass it free props, which would declare the different height.
Yeah, but then we're still going to get stuck on, I suppose, the max
but ideally,
or the height of this.
Well, I've set it to 100, but what I would do is I would probably do something like
oh, nice. That's much nicer, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just do heights 2, and then you can just pass through a couple of arrays, and then it would be like much cleaner, and you can just.
Yeah, we could default them if I needed to, but it's only me that's building this, so I don't really need to be too friendly. I say as somebody else is building.
The joy of that is then you could just do it for all the props, so like the speed and the width as well, and the opacity. You could just be like, cool, 3 different arrays, opacity. You could be like, cool, 0. Oh, what do we do? Actually, 1, 0, 3, 0, 6. Whips. I can't remember what the whips are. What are they? 400, 800. So let's do 400, 800, 1200, and then speeds. What are they? 45, 15, 30. Let's just do 15. 30.
Where are you? I can't see your cursor at the moment.
I'm way off the screen. There we go.
He's off the grid. Shut him down.
And then I'd probably do something like this actually. I'd do a new array free.fill.map dub something like this.
So I think more people need to appreciate how good you are at JavaScript, for sure. When you start seeing like you just pull this out of your head, a lot of people never realize that they can use the fill property to kind of get these nice kind of defaults and things in here nicely. I've rarely seen people pull out that fill method. I'm always impressed when they use it properly like this.
It's a nifty one to do. You can just like pluck it out and do stuff like that with it. So you like whips index and then opacity index and speeds.
This is cool. I like this.
And then I can just get rid of this. That worked, I think. Then the cool thing is,
so
you
but there's no unique key here. That's the only problem. So we need to just add a key to it.
We can just do. Yeah, that's a good shout. I mean, I'm happy with.
Now, just so you know, that's not me just knowing that off by heart. Like I said, as soon as I went over to preview, it said keys aren't unique. I just snuffed ahead, so it wasn't me remembering.
We'd need some kind of. I'd probably do something like. It's a bit horrible.
It might not hate you. Yeah, it might not hate you. You know, there's certain points in, like, there should be like an override to say it's okay to use index, because I know it complains for using index sometimes as well. But like a lot of times you're just like, this will never update once the page loads, so don't worry about it. If I use a terrible key or I don't use a key, expect it will never update.
Yeah, that will work, and then you've got the joy of being able to now just be like, cool, this one's gonna have extra pieces in it, and
yeah, it's all driven by the arrays. Oh my god, look at this madness.
There we go.
Oh, I was not ready for this at all. This one's having a seizure. I'm enjoying this way too much. That is so cool, in fairness. It just feels like this wave is doing the worm.
I knew I'd be able to get some funky animation in here at some point.
Look at this. That's pretty slick when the two waves are hitting each other, look.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. It actually looks quite...
It reminds me you do something like an eye or something with something like that.
Yeah, that actually flows quite nice. Remember that one? 2400.
Yeah, it looks like it's spinning. It's really nice. Look at that. Do you know what that actually reminds me you could do with that? Like a skipping rope animation or something. If you made them thinner. Like if you brought them in, you could do a really nice skipping rope, I think.
So we have like
these are so funky. I'm loving this like way too much now, just from how bizarre that looks.
It's the last one. It's whips.
You did want to get mental animations on my screen, so you got them.
Yeah. I said they were coming. Just didn't know when. Assume prop types is available. It should be. Yeah, cool. So there you go. I've just added the prop type.
Do I have prop types installed?
Yeah, it should come out the box.
Yeah, I haven't done any of the prop types yet. It's just I tend to, and it's probably just bad, but when I'm working on my own projects, I end up just not doing them because I'm just like, nobody will ever. I don't do as many public things as you that get hacked or used
I normally
as much.
put them on because I have linting set up that normally moans if I don't, so I just put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can just change that to however you want. So you could just do, I don't know. I feel like I should add another big one on the end. I do 80.
Reduced motion media queries. That's smart as well.
600. 8. Whoa.
Where are you looking now? Look at Jesus. I don't know. Like I thought I wanted this amount of madness. You know, they say careful what you wish for.
They're beautiful. They look nice. That's what people come for, right? The waves, not the content.
I think so. I think so. And what I think would be really cool, you see, is what I was thinking of doing is, and I haven't thought of how I would do this yet, is but like making another one of these though with like purple gradients or something that would move across or whatever else, or like to make a bit of life behind this hero image. Or figuring out what I want to figure out is how Stripe did their linear image, because I think that's what I want as my background now that I've seen it, because it just has, it looks like there's sharpness as well as flow, and I really like that. So I want to actually figure out how they're doing that.
I think they might have done it with some shader code. You have a look, inspect it. If it's a canvas.
Oh, they have a canvas. Yeah, it is. I bet.
I would imagine it is.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to do this right now. Not without making this like a terribly, terribly long stream.
Yeah, that would be...
And I know I want to go watch Baby Yoda in about half an hour.
You know that. If this will work.
It is very cool though, isn't it?
Oh, I've done this around the wrong way. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, because it's a... Duh. Sorry, I was just messing around. I thought we could change the color of them, but I remember they're not, are they? They're actual background images.
Look at this. Somebody has solved this. Or I was like, somebody's obviously not as crazy or like as crazy as me that they want this. So they're talking about like.
It's not too bad, but you need to move.
So I don't know. I haven't used the canvas extensively, so it still scares me a little bit, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's still very magical to me. So I just didn't even know where I'd start with something like this.
That's where like I was quite glad when I saw the paintworklet code. Like it's all canvas stuff. So it's like it's good because that's like the stuff I first really started playing around with. I've already got like a head start. I didn't need to learn canvas again.
Yeah, canvas is pretty cool. No, I like that. I think I'm gonna try to figure it out. Good night, Praveen. It's about 3 a.m. where he is, so makes sense.
Yeah.
I know, we're all shocked, Stefan. Usually Praveen will withhold no matter how long. That's interesting. I think I might go off and do some research and mess around, or even just do like figure this out and do a tutorial on it even. How to use the canvas to make trippy effects like this. Because I like how this flows work. That would work really well with the colors I have, I think.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way to probably...
Oh, I forgot how... Okay, I need to fix this madness, right? How long do we have left? We have about 30 minutes. We'll be alright. We'll fix the madness with the waves. Need to turn off that red. Where's the red? Oh, you definitely didn't even use red, did you? Use the HSL.
No, I did use that one as a red. There you go. Speedy on my side now, so I can actually do stuff. Your phone is probably a way better connection. If that's what you're still
bizarre.
Using.
It's not how bizarre that it, like, my phone is better than my landline connection today. That's outrageous. I'm gonna send this video and I'm gonna make them watch it all. I'm gonna say, here is my evidence that the internet is terrible. Okay. So we need some sensible defaults, and then we can update like the top one. These are starting to look great. I just love the madness. Like, it just looks so aggressive. It was so relaxing when you came on.
Nah.
And now it looks like a storm.
That front one doesn't look right to me. It's too...
So that's nice and chilled. I like that.
Yeah, it's better. I don't know if the front two need a bit more of an offset. That's going to be way too big. Maybe that. Maybe this one needs a...
There don't seem to be as many ripples anymore. We need to just make the height bigger, or how to make the ripples bigger, or more ripples.
It's the first one and the third one seem to be like almost at the same time. Which looks kind of weird. Yes, that one.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
That's a bit better.
Is it?
Yeah, they need some playing around with. to get something.
Yeah,
it's getting the offsets
that's not
right.
to worry about. We can definitely play around that after as well. But like, it looks pretty slick the way, like, if you're looking here, look at how they kind of overlap with the color, the pinks and the whites. It looks so slick there, I think.
Yeah, I like that with the colors behind. What I was gonna do is
That's
I was
so
gonna do
nice.
it so all the waves were different colors, but I forgot that it's actually an SVG. However,
so I seen somebody making a smart, and don't think I had the SVG to mess around with. I seen somebody using a data URL as the SVG and appending in some dynamic bits into it to make it.
Or
Wait, did you do that? Did you use that? Is that what you did?
Yeah,
for it?
that's how I'm doing the one that you can use yourself. So when I actually finally build it, that's how it works. So you create it, and then it generates it for you, and then you can just take it and drop it.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. I went looking because I was trying to figure out, because the last day I obviously had the issue of the colors of the waves, because some of them are gray, some of them are white, and some of them are light gray. Like down here is a dark gray one, and yeah, the big issue was the coloring. So I just have 3 different SVGs now.
I want to see if something works. I think it will. If I do.
I have my map.
And this is off the top of the head. I don't know if it'll work. Might not like it. It.
Oh my! What have you done?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how to do. So I did a lesson on mixed blend modes recently, and no, it doesn't like it. I'm gonna see if you could use the after element to change the color without having to change the image. Because technically that should work.
You see, the problem with the mixed blend mode. Yeah, the problem with the blend mode there is that it will probably give it a slight hue no matter where you are, won't it? So that means like you see where that reddy part is? Can we match that to the grey or the white behind it?
Well, what should happen is it should just clip background. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to do it, because then obviously it leaves the rest in, which I don't want. Oh well. I'll just have to make it so you can actually color them up. I thought you could do that.
Yeah,
I guess
as well, because that's an interesting one. There has to be a way of getting that fill property in as well. You know, having SVGs and making it dynamic, and like I think you'll just surely, especially with like React, you should be able to make a dynamic SVG.
The way you could do it is you could do. What you could do is you could download the SVG, and then in your site use SVGR, and then import it as a component, and then change the fill via CSS. That would work.
What's SVGR?
So basically, I think it might even work in here anyway. So do you have the SVG somewhere in this source code, or is it hosted somewhere else?
Yes. So in the public folder, I have everything.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So
Default
you'll
image.
see I have wave, infinite gray, white, and the default, which is probably another gray because I ran out
Is
of
there a
ideas.
way to? Can I import from public, or I need to pull it in, right?
No, actually, good question. I don't think you can import dynamically. I think we'd have to put this in as a component then, you know what I mean? But like,
Well,
to
no, I just
dynamically
need
pull it
the,
in, so the public
I just need
folder...
the file somewhere inside source. If it's
Okay,
inside source.
so to do that, you just say /images and then you're in, or because like...
Oh, okay, we don't have...
All
Alright, let's just see if it
in
works.
Next, remember, they have... This is like your public server, always, if you get me. This looks excellent. I'm really liking how this site is starting to look. I don't know if it's too over the top for most people. Do you know what I was giving out about, Jay? You'll appreciate. You love when people steal your ideas, yeah? So I'm convinced that Apple stole my ideas, right? With all these crazy gradients, because I just upgraded to Big Sur and have these mad gradients now. I was like, I was trying to do that before it was cool. Import React component as wave.
Yeah, so that's how it works in Create React App. You can just import an SVG as a component. People will write these.
Yeah, the difference is, so this is fetching, yeah, this is a server like from a public little server, because on my Next.js is, there is some node code, some public server code, some other things, and I think this is kind of like one of the weaknesses, is because it's not so straightforward.
Is there no way of like just importing? So like, how you can't just import an image as a module or something? Because you should be able to do it. I know people write about like
Google
how to do SVG icon imports and stuff, but like it's so unnecessary because you can just do import React component as thing with SVG. I don't really see the point of pulling in like React. I see people like do React icons and stuff. Like, just grab the SVG and just drop it into your site and just import it.
Yeah, look at this. SVG or has to be added to the Webpack config for Next.js.
Worth doing though. It's cool.
So I might do that for the next stream. I might play around with that one, because
yeah, if you put SVG,
yeah, I think let's find out how. I'm going to do this right now, because this is something I haven't done, is expanded the Webpack on Next. I haven't had to yet, so I just want to look at the docs and see what it is to expand Webpack.
I imagine they just give you a little hook. I've not had to touch it with Next. I spend a lot of time messing around with it in Storybook and stuff.
Config name, next environment, Webpack. Did you see what they open sourced the other day?
No. You broke up a bit there as
entire. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm going to take a gamble, and my router should have been restarted by now. So I'm going to gamble and see if I can get back to my Wi-Fi. This is probably the worst idea ever. Where? Oh, my other Wi-Fi isn't even showing up. Oh no, it is. Okay, so if I cut off for a split second, you'll know. Yeah, I had to just jump straight back onto my phone. It just wasn't even loading when I went to Wi-Fi. How terrible is that? Oh, it's so frustrating.
It's I wonder what's going on there.
I have no idea. Because I know, in fairness to my girlfriend, she texts me there. She's like, will I restart the router for you? And she did and all, but it's just not working.
It's just not playing ball. Oh well.
She texted me, she's like, do you want to use my phone? The connection's better. Next.config.
I imagine they just give you a hook to push rules into, right?
Yeah, so we have a next config file. Look at that. SVGOR you call it, is it?
Yeah, SVGR. There might be a /webpack version, but double check that. It'll be like SVGR loader or something. If you just go to SVGR docs, it should tell you.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, so I need to add this then. What am I using? Yarn or... Oh yeah, sure, that's not going to work. I'm here in the development console or the dev server trying to add dependencies, so that was never going well. Okay, so SVGR Webpack. Okay, so we have rules.push. So I'm gonna copy in this whole thing. Is that as easy as it is? It can't be this easy, can it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then it should just be able to import straight. I've lost connection to live share, so
let me see if I can restart that then.
I think I can. No, I can't do anything. It just says it's trying to.
Live share seems to be not even showing up for me now. Live share.
I can see what you're doing. I just.
Yeah, but I'm interested in seeing what you're trying to do.
No,
oh, you are?
no,
Okay.
I think potentially.
You've hacked the system.
Yeah, I'm in. I think.
Okay. It says you're here. You're in the next config.
I can't remember what the deal is. Do you just do? You don't have to do an import as. Do you just import straight? So you just do like import wave from.
Yeah, this just literally. Yeah, with Next. Oh yeah, actually, I have import wave from components because I export my. You might like this. I don't know if you do this pattern. So in my components, I always have a pattern of. Where the hell is it? Like this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Like that's the reason I like it. That is just because I like to have one import for all my components. I used to do it to go into each folder and everything else, but I just started doing this.
You can just set up aliasing though to do something like import wave from components wave or something like that.
Yeah. But at least you know this is how you get it. You can just say as an object import from components, and you'll get it.
Well,
so,
it's more so how do you do the I can't remember how SVGR works. Is it import? It will just be import the name of it direct and just do it. But I don't think I have the right connection to. I don't seem to be able to have a local host again. I don't know if you need to.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that now again. So if you see my screen there, import star URL comma react as star from star.svg.
Yeah.
Do you have to give it a URL or? I'm a bit confused. Let me try give you this a bit of. Disconnect, share server. I think it might be because the localhost is slightly broken at the moment as well.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, the import wave is broken, so. What file are you in?
I just updating waves, but
I think I can find out. Can't
it seems like it's completely hanging on my side. I don't know why.
Okay, let me have a look in waves. I can see you.
Yeah, all I've done is I just updated the import, but it's...
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Well, I don't seem to be able to see the server. I don't know if it's working or not. It just seems to be hung up on my end.
No, it's broken my side as well, you see. If you look at my screen, you'll see that import React components, waves from images, wave, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm guessing... Let me have a look. Import SVGs, blah, 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 import. Okay, so what we need to do is move that SVG alongside this instead of having it in the public folder, so it's like a file in our system.
Yeah.
So I can build it properly, I'm guessing, rather than like a publicly served.
That was initially the...
So let me find the waves. I'm going to copy wave infinite SVG, and that is now inside our waves. And that's what you wanted. So then you can go into here and just say dot waves. Failed to compile. So maybe I need to restart the...
Yeah, give that a go.
Let me restart the dev. Because I can't expect Webpack to pick up things without me actually restarting things either. Okay, attempted import error. React component is not exported from...
Yeah, so I think it is just defaulted as wave, right? Does that save? I don't know. I think you have to save it on your end.
No, it says. Oh no! Look at this.
So yeah, there it is. You know,
Something
I'm gonna
mental.
try and
Okay,
read.
so this is what you. Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I'm hoping the server loads up
You
on my
are,
end.
yeah. I see what you mean now. Okay, let me check live server because I cut it for a second. Live share. Yeah, you should have localhost 3000 there.
It's strange. It was running so well before.
I shouldn't have tried to connect to my old Wi-Fi. I have no idea.
But yeah, what I would do here is I would probably just create the well, you got two options, but obviously it's tricky to see it. But I would drop the SVG in and then reshuffle it, and then you could just set a hue like to fill it. I'm getting something come through, but it's incredibly slow.
Yeah, no, I think my web is just starting to really just die on me.
Yeah, chunk loading failed. That section with the images growing as you go out there, that's really cool. It looks really good.
Hold on. Why is this acting up? Let me have a look. This is so frustrating. Because this is the coolest stream we've had because I can actually get your help. And yet, it's just so many hiccups. So I see two waves my side now.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Stefan said, it's a good thing you're a Star Wars fan because you sound a bit like R2-D2 sometimes right now. Cheers, Stefan.
So we take that off. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. I think it might work.
It looks like it's working.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work.
Okay, so now here's the test. Here's the test. You'll see on the bottom ones with the dark grey is where it's really noticeably broken. Is where we just need to update the color now, or the fill.
All right, don't look yet.
I looked. This is amazing. This is really cool.
Now I can do what I originally wanted to do. So and we're gonna go back to like adding some crazy ones in. 0.8 to 2400, 600, 10, 5.
Nice.
180. And
look at this. I'm trying to not swear. I was saying before you joined earlier that half of my live streams have been demonetized from me swearing or doing things. I'm definitely a liability with these things. That's so cool. Okay, so you can change the hues on all these now. Look at, like, I love that you're updating things in the background and it's just coming up in my stream.
Yeah. They're all that same color. Although I think that's just because right, because the front one's big. So yeah, if I
there's your blinking eye again. Look at that. That's so cool.
Go that way around.
What the hell have you done? Look at this madness.
And then we can go like, what's it, red?
Look it.
Orange.
It looks
yellow.
like my website just took acid.
Green. Blue. And then we'll go like indigo and violet. So if we add like 2 more, 4.
Oh, gee. Oh, Mike.
You know what's coming.
Oh no.
800.
The fact that you know these hues off by heart like this is just class. This is something I really want to learn, how to just control that hue meter. I haven't switched over yet. I've been meaning to.
What does that give us?
Look at this ridiculousness. I love this. That's so cool.
And then we can just like bump it and go, I don't know, speedier. Oh no, I guess the other way around actually. Like 70, 60, 50, 40.
Look at these waves go.
10.
So if you're really interested in figuring out what I do, nobody will be able to figure out anymore. That's the main thing. They're just gonna figure out that it's a pool of acid. That's what you get into.
That's a bit boring. What about 0.5? And
That's pretty slick.
You can just do a multiplier in the prop.
Let me have a look at what you're after doing here. Look at this. This is pretty slick. I think you'll need to copy and paste this for your own madness later.
Yeah, I should probably do this as an actual thing.
Absolutely, look at it. Like, that's a screensaver if I ever seen one, to be fair, just for having a relaxing background.
It's pretty cool. And then you can just like, yeah, morph it however. The cool thing about this is that obviously that was like barely a change was needed there. We just dropped it in and it worked. Like that was the sweet thing about this one.
Now, so the question is, how do I match this with some of this?
So we can just do...
Because I have like 5 minutes before I have to run, so I'm kind of like, what? How do I? Cause what my only concern is if you're not available next week, and I'm like, well, we have these rainbows and.
That will default it back.
Okay.
And then, which one is it? It's that one, isn't it? The first one. Although, oh, is this because these are slightly off color?
Yeah, there's 3 different grays here, and that's what I was trying to get around at. Like, how do we? If I could use one SVG and change the gray, you know, then you wouldn't care. This is madness. I absolutely love when things like this happen, where you're just like, here's crazy waves.
I should probably chuck this into an actual React thing. Chuck it somewhere.
Yeah, because I think this is super useful.
Yeah, I'll do that. I will lynch this code out.
Because you could easily make this an npm module, you know.
Yeah, I'll do that. I will. SKS that. And then let's change that.
Just have a look at my services now.
They're completely balked. That should fix it. So like I could say I only want these to be like 50 and we'll get a couple that are colored. Oh, but they've got no saturation, so I could be like this one and this one. And that. Yeah, so now you just got an orange one. And then you might be like, cool, I want this one to be bluish. And this one to be like purple. I want it to be dark purple. There we go. Now you can HSL all the things.
This is the trippiest thing I've ever seen, just for like what way it works right now.
I need to, yeah,
no,
I
just
definitely
have to
need to smash this up into a React component. And
it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm literally just going to take the code and drop it into a... Because this is what I should have done, really, in the first place. I didn't even think of doing it like this, because it just makes sense. And it's so little code.
It's rubber ducker. This is rubber ducking 101, really. You know, once you say these things out loud, you're like, that's how I do this.
It makes perfect sense as well, because there's not a lot to it. So there's barely any code to get that working. Like, we've just seen, we just did one import and we just dropped some SVG on it. And that SVG only has one path. Like, there's not really anything special going on there. But React makes so much more sense.
But
and what I need to do is I really need to add the ability to essentially take, so you know, like I normally do like the drop down thing where you change the sliders. I need a thing where like add a new thing onto that. So I'm probably just going to try and add that. That's exciting. This is a new little project for me to smash out.
And thanks, Paul. I just seen Paul drop by, an ex-colleague of mine as well, to say he just finished his Christmas party. So
Oh, nice for those people that
happy Christmas to you too.
How does so you had one as well, and we were sitting there like, how does that work? Because no one's allowed to do anything.
So we there was it wasn't a Christmas party as such. As more of like
Christmas Zoom
what was
call.
it? Five was no, it was five was that went for dinner.
Oh, nice.
Like the directors just for a bit of food and a chat and a few beers.
Oh, that's cool.
So we were within it. You're only allowed 6 people, so it's good that we only have 4 directors, I think.
Yeah.
So it's you're allowed legally. Yeah, there you go. There's Paul just said it's a Zoom party, so it's not ideal. But in fairness, like the parties the lads have in that place were insane, and you know that for working for an Irish company as well, that drinking is the norm. So
I only
it does get out of control.
like a couple of physical meetings, and I learned enough just from them.
Yeah,
I love Ireland. I would quite happily go and live there, to be honest.
yeah, it's a chilled place.
Yeah.
To be fair,
And it really doesn't come
right.
across like people don't get that perception from until you go there. You don't realize it, like how much. It's brilliant.
Right, we're going to. How long do I have left? I have literally I can do 5 minutes. So what I'm going to try put manners on this and try and figure out or try to learn from you what you've done, because you kind of went off on a little tangent there, and I missed a few things.
Yeah, I'm going to be
so
creating something from this after this now. So I'm going to go and make this into a thing.
And I'm going to push this up to the repo in case you miss anything, so you'll be able to steal it as well from there. Re-steal your own work.
Well, the magic about this is there's just so little. There's so little to it, but it works. And I've just had.
So what I want to do is like. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to put this back onto it. So I'm not very good, and I can do this afterwards. I just don't want to spend loads of time calculating. How would I go about, like, subduing all this now? Just to talk me through this.
All I'm doing is messing around with the default props. So
if I change these by 5s, maybe.
Yeah, like, I've just messed around with default props. So, like, the reason there's 7 waves is because there's 7 things in the array. That's why.
So I can play around with this and delete 2 or 25. This might be too natural. I just want to make sure I can do this. So how many? That's 5 items. So do I need to delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So I need to
originally
delete all this,
you had
then?
3. So
no, that's okay. I actually like more now. I think it looks. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play around with it so that there is like a bit more randomness. Because it'll make it look more natural, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that looks a bit more subdued. So now, like, what I'm trying to figure out is yeah, I don't mind. Like that hue is pretty nice. I just need to figure out how to match the first one, so it's not solid. Or you get me?
What do you mean?
That looks so trippy. It's the first wave. Or is it solid, or is it just so small that I can't see it?
I think it's so small that you can't see it. I think it needs to be like 12.
Okay, let me put 12. Okay, so let me put this as 15, 20, 22.
And that's the joy of this. It's just messing around until you get something that's kind of right.
Yeah, so now you can see I don't know if you can see on my screen because it's only 720, but like there's still a white line to get this gray. So I'm just trying to figure out how do I I'm just gonna have to go and do the calculations on saturation.
Yeah, well, it's not that, it's what was the lightness. So you see, like, that is way off. It might just be like 98, or you see that kind of gets rid of it.
Yeah, that's it, perfect there.
So it
That's
means
so
the last
cool,
one
isn't
had
it?
a lightness of 98. So technically the section is HSL 0098.
So if I matched up my colors to use Chase SL now, it'll be very easy to match them up then, basically.
Yeah. You can just use
Nice.
a color picker and chuck it into whatever, and it will tell you what those hues are. I could probably guess
Sweet.
them, but I don't know them for sure. I'd probably say, if I was guessing, so let's say we wanted to make the back one, you've got 4. I would go with probably like 230, 280, a lightness of like 50 and 60 maybe, and then a saturation.
That little drop of blue through those waves now just makes it look so much crazier. It's so nice. That's sweet. Yeah, so it's tiny bit off. Yeah, I'm gonna match them up because that way I'll be 100%. And something I've been meaning to do, I've been putting off, is learning how to use things HSL wise. So
yeah, it's honestly,
I might as well start.
It's probably the biggest revelation I had in coding for like the last few years. Like it's such
we both read the same
lifesaver.
book, and we, like I said, both read the same book, and we see where Tailwind's coming out of now. So it's clearly the smart way to do, because it's what people like to see, even if we don't use it all the time.
Yeah. This actually looks
nice. Right. I think this is pretty slick. I'm gonna mess around with this a lot. I think this is a great component. Let me add this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
to
let's tidy it up and then npm it.
Yeah, let me
That'd be cool.
add
Okay,
this, because I
npm
might
it,
even.
and you can just install it. There's a proof of concept. Then it will
Yeah,
just work.
exactly. Yeah, and it's less. This is probably better because I don't usually like installing dependencies. To be honest, I usually end up going to the GitHub and taking this stuff and making sure I can own it. But since like we literally did it here and then it worked, it's perfect.
There's barely anything to it as well, so it's nice. Plus, that gives me a little another thing to publish, because I don't think I've published a React component actually. So,
what branch am I on? Okay, and I can't believe I've been doing this for 8 weeks now.
what you want to do is no sleep and just like smash it out. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I'm alone in the house next week.
Nice.
So I think I'll start to end up doing things like that. Like I think you'll see, like I'd say Stephen's Day, even I'll say you'll just start seeing me doing like an 8-hour stream just to try and polish this off.
It's not sunk in yet, but I've actually got free time again now, which is nice. Yeah, it's a nice feeling. I set myself a deadline of like I was going to have my site or something deployed before yesterday, and that's why I basically didn't sleep for the night before, because it was like I said I'm going to do it, and now I can't sleep because I'm thinking about how I'm going to do it. So I just had to do it.
Yeah, I think it takes a certain kind of mentality though, because there's a few of us that will put our health at risk just to get shit done.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't condone doing the 48-hour stretch, but I've done it many times. So if you need any tips.
Oh, no, absolutely, absolutely, totally agree. I've done it as well for certain projects, and sometimes it's you need to suffer like that, I think, so you remember why you have to be good with time, or else you get soft. I guess. Yeah, no, I'm glorifying it here. It's definitely something that should be done very rarely.
These waves resize really nice as well, so I was just checking them. They don't look too bad. I mean, at really small they go quite bumpy, but it looks all right.
Right, I've pushed up a branch there for week 8, so you'll be able to steal this as well. I'm going to stop the stream here before Jay makes any more rainbows. And anyone that's been around since this started this and the madness and stuck through my terrible internet today, I appreciate it. And Jay, I'm guessing you did some glorious handstands in the meantime, rather than just looking lost going, what do I do now? There's no screen to share, there's there's nothing.
I kind of just sat here like just chilling. I did some waves for a bit, and yeah.
That makes sense. Just try and do them in time. Like if we try to do it in the time with the
I didn't
waves
even
here.
think of that. It didn't even click that we're doing waves, and I was doing the waves. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's in your blood to be the wave master. All right. Until next time, everyone. Happy coding.